You know, it was always an interesting concept to me, where niggas would be like, they know you from high school, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit like they'll say, I seen this shit like the other day on Facebook, or not Facebook, Instagram. It was like, nigga, we know you from high school, we know you ain't like that. Or we know you from high school, like you was a bitch or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And it just always blows my mind. Like, I get that concept, you know, of that, like, you know, we know you, like, nigga, we know you not like, you been a bitch since high school. Like, I get that concept, but at the same time too, it's like people don't give you, people expect you to be that same person from high school, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't give you that reign of character development, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because in high school you was a bitch, you didn't like to fight, you couldn't fight, meaning 5-10 years later you still that same person. Like, you was a bitch, you can't fight, you know what I'm saying? Or you wasn't really like that. And it always blows my mind that people's mindset is just so narrow and so limited, you know? Because I don't carry it like that. Because I look at it like this, like, let's say the person they referring to was a bitch in high school, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't a fighter, he wasn't really outside, he wasn't like that, or some shit like that, right? But, let's say after high school, one of his parents died, or both of his parents died, or somebody close to him died, close to that person died. I don't even want to limit it to male or female, you know? Let's say, you know, they lost a parent or somebody close to them, and now, you know, ever since that happened, they start doing, you know, drugs. They start becoming cold, start being outside more, start getting acclimated with the environment, you know what I'm saying? Start really having to be lashing out, you know, angry, fighting, you know, ready to do something to somebody, you know, ready to get up with somebody just because that's how they're feeling now. And then there's nobody to reel them back in. So now, that same person you was like, yeah, they was a bitch in high school, he ain't really like that, might really be like that now. You know what I'm saying? Might really be into it like that now. And that's why I always be like, I don't get that. I don't like how that mindset right there is limited, you know. It's like we put so much weight on how people were, we perceive people from our past experiences that we don't give them that. We don't believe that they had that threshold to grow or transform or recreate, you know, whether it's for the good or bad. I'm not saying nothing, whether it's for the good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Because even from that perspective, you know, just take that from the people. Think about whoever was the best whatever at your school, the best football player, the best basketball player, the best volleyball player for the girls, the best whoever, who had all the popularity, all the acclimate, all the, you know, all that shit. What happened to them? A lot of them that had all the bitches, that had all that shit you seen in high school, what are they doing now? You know what I'm saying? A lot of them didn't go to college because of grades, or couldn't go to college, you know, or they had to go to a lower school. A lot of them didn't play D1 because they couldn't, or something happened, life happened, they had kids, you know, bad decisions. What happened to them? You know what I'm saying? A lot of them didn't get the opportunities, or they didn't get to do the shit that they were supposed to be doing, you know what I'm saying? They're not in the NFL, they're not in these D1 colleges, they're not, you know, they're not who they're supposed to be, who we portray them to be now, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are they? You know what I'm saying? The baddest, the girl that you thought was the coldest, the baddest back then in high school, where she at now? Probably 3-4 kids, out of shape, you know, just getting by, you know, dealing with whoever her children's parents, her children's fathers are, things of that nature, you know. And, you know, she might have been the prettiest girl there. She might have even been smart, you know. But even with that, even girls that were smart like that, dumb decisions were dealing with dudes, and now they washed up. They washed up. So it all bring me to that point because I'm just like, the character development, that mindset where it's like we see people a certain way and just don't even give them that allowance to grow in whatever direction they're gonna grow, whether they're getting better or getting worse. We just act like people can't change from how we see them because that's what we are accustomed to. That's what we wrap our minds around. That's who we make the connection with, you know what I'm saying? The person that we knew then is the person that we met whenever we first made that perception of them is who we make that connection to. So whether it be good or bad, that's who we make that perception to, you know what I'm saying? That person, they might have been an asshole to you back then, and you know, we make that perception 5-10 years later that, you know, you meet him again and you're like, yeah, that nigga an asshole. I remember he took my milk off my lunch tray when I was in high school or something. He pushed me in a locker or some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And you might see him, meet him now, and he changed his life around. He might have, you know, he might have changed his whole life around, dedicated himself to anti-bullying causes or some shit like that, you know? It's like you just never give people that autonomy to change, you know what I'm saying? So I don't go off of perception. I don't go off of I don't go off of what people tell me at all. And people, and they'll tell you, like, even in my last job as a supervisor, like, I got to my section and they was like, yeah, this person's this person's that. They telling me all about my workers, how they don't do this, they don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's cool and all, but I'm not going off of what I was like. I had a meeting with them one-on-one. I was like, look, your perception, my perception of you is going to be me and you. Is my perception of you. I don't give a fuck what they talking about over there in management. Like, you and me, whatever I see from you, that's my perception. All right? So I don't know whether you good, if you're a good worker or a bad worker yet. But I will, and that's on me and you. That's everything you show me. You feel me? Like, I'm not going off of what people tell me because even everybody has their own biases and everybody in there is looking out for themselves. So that could be emotion based. You know what I'm saying? I'm going off of straight facts. If you pull up, you come to work every day and you lock in and you do what I need you to do, I ain't gonna say tell you. If you do what I need you to do and knock out the work that I got for you and you on time and you know what I'm saying? All right. I ain't got nothing, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I see. If that's what I see every day and then they still telling me something different, that ain't on me. That's their opinion. I'm going off of facts. You know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, back to my original point, you know, just, but yeah, bringing it back to my original point, the main thing I wanted to get at is just to know, always, if you're not growing, if you're not growing, you're not gaining. So, you know, even if you stand in the same place, which might be a good place this year, if you're in the same place, you're failing, you know. You should always be looking to grow, always be looking to get better, always be looking to improve 1% better every day. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit is where, you know, and it doesn't have to be nothing crazy all the time, you know what I'm saying? It just, you just always want to be getting better. You know, you don't want to be the same person that I meet. I don't want to meet you the same way I met you last time. You know, especially if we don't see each other all the time. If I ain't seen you since high school, bro, and you still talking to me about shit that we talked about in high school, you still talking to me about bitches and shit like that, like, don't get me wrong, because I give niggas advice on, you know, I give young niggas advice. I give young niggas advice on bitches. You know, if you my age, 29, maybe 30, nigga, I don't got really bitch advice for you. I got advice on you on how to get in, to become a better man that'll help you get bitches, you know, that'll help you find a woman, you know, shit like that. That's what I got for you if you my age. But young niggas, I give them young bitch advice, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not looking long term as a kid. But, you know what I'm saying, if I don't see you in a long time, you know, I ain't seen you in years or some shit like that, and I'm talking to you, or you be talking, and it's like, you're the same as when I last seen you, You know what I'm saying? You know, like, it's cool, you know, it's cool to see you, bro, but, you know, I'm moving around, you know what I'm saying? And that'd be a lot of the times what it is. Like, they tell you that shit all the time. When you leave from home, don't be in such a rush to go back home. You know what I'm saying? If you're going off to college, or you're going off to the military, or you get somewhere, you know, or you get to play a sport overseas or some shit like that, where you get to travel, you get to be away from home, wherever your hometown is, your home state, whatever. If you get to be away, go away and experience it. It's giving your mind a chance to expand, because all you know is home. This is all you know is your hometown. That's it. That's all you fucking know. So until you start experiencing life outside of home, your mind is going to be bottled in just like this. That's why when you leave home, you go away for years or whatever, a year or two, or 5 to 10, or if you don't, you know, you come back for the holidays or some shit, and you be so happy to come home, and then you get home, and you be like, your peoples are still doing the same shit. Same shit that they did when you left. People's in the same spot as when you left, doing the same shit as when you left. And you be like, yo, for real? Like, you know, talking bullshit, out doing dumb shit. Like, it's nothing that, and you be having so much experience and shit you want to talk about, and then they don't be wanting to talk about. They don't have nothing to talk about, because what are they gonna talk to you about? They don't know nothing. They ain't been nowhere. They ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to love people from a distance, I say. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to love people from a distance. You know? Like, you can have love for your people, your friends and shit that you knew from school, and football days and shit like that, or back in the day, but that don't mean you gotta, you know, that don't mean they still gotta be a part of your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean you have to have constant communication, so, you know what I'm saying? Just always be looking to get better, and don't be afraid of the growth. Don't have survivor's remorse, you know? Don't have survivor's remorse. Like, if you were the one that made it, you the one that's successful, you the one that did something with their life, don't feel bad when you come back and you see people that had the same opportunities and chances in time as you, and had the same, you know, autonomy to make decisions. Don't feel bad for them. We grown, bro. We're grown. You know, I ain't gonna talk to all y'all, but I'm saying I'm 29, bro. I'm 29, 30. I can't feel bad for people who's in my same age group and still making childlike decisions, yo. Childlike decisions with women, with money, like with just their life. Especially if you're a man, yo, we are not allowed. I don't give a fuck what nobody tell you. We are not allowed as men to live this fucking carefree, Disney, go with the flow type of life, bro. That is not our reality, man. Bitches can do that. Bitches can do that. Men, nigga, you better have a plan. And if you ain't got a plan, it's never too late to start planning. You feel me? But to think you just go through life doing the same shit that you've been doing since high school, smoking, drinking, going to work, partying, fucking bitches, and do that for 5, 10 years, and think that is gonna be a recipe for you to succeed, impossible. And that's madness. You know what I'm saying? All that is a recipe for complacency. You could do that and live a comfortable lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you could be down bad broke. You might have a decent apartment, and that's all you want to do is just smoke weed, fuck bitches, and just work at wherever the fuck you work at for whatever. That might be what you want, but that's not what I want. And that's not a lifestyle of growth. That's a lifestyle of comfort. If you want to grow, you're gonna have to keep doing shit that's different every day. You're gonna have to keep doing shit that's different every year, every month. You're gonna have to keep changing it up. Like, we are not allowed to live this lackadaisical, butterfly, just walking through flower meadow type of life where you just go with the flow. No, you are not allowed to do that. Our life has to be calculated, determined, and planned. Like, we had to be disciplined and shit. Especially, yeah, I'm telling you, the one thing, as judgmental as it sounds, the one thing I look at when I look at men is body. Like, no homo. Like, I look at your body. When I see you as a man, I don't give a fuck how much money you got, my nigga. You could pull up on me a lamb chop. You can pull up on me a lamb chop, Rolex, and all that other shit, and a fucking Cartier suit. But if you in that suit and you fat, I'm already judging. I'm like, yeah, I got the upper hand on him. I got the upper hand on him. I don't know where, but it's a weakness somewhere in there. I know I can exploit it. Because there's no way. There's a disconnect right there. Because to me, that doesn't correlate. The money, the style, and all that, and the discipline to work those hours, but you would operate from a machine that's deficient. You know what I'm saying? Like, your body is your machine, so you would operate like how you are to get where you at from a machine that is suboptimal. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna race, would I race you in a old school Mercury with one donut on it, like with a donut on the front tire, you know, next to a sport pack BMW M2 competition? You know what I'm saying? Like why would I, you know what I'm saying, when I could be in this model, I'm gonna race you in this model, in this minivan or some shit? Because that's all it is. It's a choice and it's a decision. So I look at your body, because it's just all about how you carry yourself too. But I'm not gonna get too much deeper into this, but that's just my random thoughts. I always had these little, for some reason my mind starts to wander when I start driving, so that's gonna really be my stick from now on. Whenever I do a video, usually it's me talking to myself in the car for a while. To be honest. So really, these are my car thoughts. Like, I don't know if that's what I'm gonna call this shit, but that's really what I'm gonna start doing. Like, when I start driving, my mind starts to wander. So that's what these are. But that's all I got for y'all, yo. Until next time, this is Wolfgang Peak, this is Wolfgang Lifestyle, and I'm out.